Good morning, folks. How you doing today? Well, I appreciate all the comments on this situation here. I'm feeling really good. I never know I had it. Another setback on Uncle Dorkel. People have been commenting, saying, because in my last video I said I wanted to work on the arm motor and stuff like that. I tried that. It takes two hands to pull that cord to get that arm to raise. The way I designed it, so I'm not going to be able to have no motor that I've got is going to be able to do that. Even when I put it on a drill motor and have it on a small spindle for the torque, it's not going to work. So we'll scrap that idea. But we had a big setback again. Story of my life. It seems like I fix one thing and something else goes. I remember showing you that the eyes were only moving a little bit. They were like going to the left, his left, and going to the center, and they used to move just a little bit. Now they're just hardly moving. So that means I have to cut open the back of his head, and I'm going to show you what's involved in that. In addition to, this is what they call this creative paper clay. I don't know how well you can see that package. Now it's been almost 2 years. This has been sitting in the shed. It's still, but you can't work with this stuff in the cold weather. And I need like about a week of warm weather. So when I cut the back of his head open, take the plate out of the back, when I do that, I'm going to, after I seal it up, I got to start working putting this in. You work this in with water in your fingers, and you're almost like sculpturing. And then when you get it the way you're supposed to, then you take the flesh paint and paint over it. You put a couple of coats of that on. It dries quick. It's a latex. Dries very quickly. This doesn't. This takes a long time. The thicker you put it on, it takes maybe a week or two to really dry up good. And then you put the clear coat on. This is the flesh-colored paint right here, and this was out all winter last year, and this year it got old, so I don't know if it's any good. I have to go to Michael's Crafts and get more of this stuff. So it is a huge job to get back into the head again, and then the sealing it up. Okay, you're probably wondering why I got this on. This just kind of protects the head. It was on when I did that surgery on him. I want to put the camera down a minute here. There's nothing worse than a damn shaking, moving video like this here to really get you sick to your stomach. So I try to be not too crazy with the camera. Okay, now what I got to do is I got to find the old videos when I sealed his head up, and I hope I have it on video, because I don't know exactly where I got a cut here. There's a back plate, there's a back cover, there's a screw in this area here. I'm not sure exactly where it is, and there's a seam roughly in this area. This whole back cover, it comes approximately through here, across like this and down, but I'm not sure exactly where I have to cut. And so I got to refer back to some photos. Hopefully I still have them, because when I had to have my computer the operating system reinstalled, when I put my pictures back in and my videos back in, I didn't put everything back in there. So it should be on the external hard drive somewhere, maybe even on flash drives. So I can look at them and know where to cut. I don't want to be cutting over here and find out my seam is here. I don't want to be cutting here if I find out my seam is not that far ahead. So any result is going to be a mess anyways. So it's going to be a job, but I got to take this back off. Originally, I had left him with the back cover so you can notice the seam on it. because when I'm doing skits, you're not really looking at the back anyways, but I wanted to kind of like make his whole head as natural looking as I could. What's happening with the eyes is something's loose in here, and when these eyes go back and forth, I can hear a clunking something's hitting the back of the head. It didn't happen before. When it's running good, and before all this happened, if you put your ear up against the head, you can hear the eye motor going, but you wouldn't hear any clunking. I just hope that the way the eye mechanism is made, there's a lot of small hardware in there, and it's double nutted. And if that double nut fell out and loosened up, I doubt I'll be able to fix this, because I did all this on the bench and then put it in his head. So I got to get these eyes. What's happening is this is as far forward as the eyes will look. They don't look straight ahead anymore. They'll go to the left, his left, and stop here. They don't go to his right anymore. They used to go almost all the way to the right, but not quite. So I got to readjust in there and tighten up things. And the biggest problem is cutting into the head, trying to repair it, and putting it back together and try to get it to look as like it does here. There is about 5 or 6 coats of clear coat on here, and as many coats underneath that of flesh colored paint as I could get that would match the rest of it. In other words, it takes about 4 or 5 coats. So it's not a one-day project. And this paper clay needs a few days or a week in very warm weather to dry, and I can't bring him in the house. There's absolutely no room in the house. So that's it, folks. That's what I'm up against. So I don't know if he's going to be able to be ready this year. Everything else is ready to go. But now, I got to fix his eyes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.